Brick-and-mortar stores and restaurants have transitioned to online platforms to serve their target markets. Groceries, ready-to-eat food, gadgets, clothes, and even non-essentials are now readily available on your mobile phones, laptops, and tablets. Usong-uso na ang online selling, lalo na mula nung magkapandemya. Kaya naman ang mga kandidato sa susunod na halalan ay nag-online selling na rin ng kanilang sarili. Sino kaya ang magaling magbenta? At sino kaya ang tatangkilikin o iboboto ng tao sa dating na halalan? The pandemic has changed the election campaigns. Candidates can no longer kiss babies, shake hands, or go house to house to convince voters to support them. They now have to rely more on traditional media like television and radio to reach more voters. And they also have to dominate the new player, social media, which includes Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and yes, TikTok. For Amor Maclang, the co-founder of Geyser Maclang, the country's leading marketing consultancy, the pandemic is a game changer. Campaigning itself has moved on to online platforms as more voters now belong to the youth, the so-called digital natives.
None of our current candidates are digital natives. And relevant po yan dahil kadamihan po ng binibentahan natin, kadamihan po dyan, kahit na yung mga nakatatanda, ay digital natives or their primary playing field would have to be online. And the primary currency na tinatawag sa TikTok, halimbawa, ay ang pagbebenta ng sarili. Pagpa-perform, di ba? They really thrive on things like likes and affirmation. How many ba of our candidates na ang kanilang first default ay sumayaw at kumanta? Hindi, di ba? Parang kailangan nating ialan the current medium and also at the same time, the era they were born into and the mindset they were born in.
PR practitioner and UST Public Relations Professor Pwede Maglalang said it's all about the visuals.
Everything is public perception. You can actually manipulate it. A lot of people like a candidate, not based on his stand on issues, but on the image that he projects, especially on social media.
Maclang said only 3 out of 7 major aspirants for president are on TikTok. Many are still on Facebook, which he called an old person's toolkit. The candidates are losing the young voters and they have to overcome the age gap.
Kailangan you not only appeal to the younger generation but also at the same time you talk their language and you don't alienate them.
Hindi lamang tamang pagpili ng mga social media platforms ang mahalaga sa mga kandidato para mabuti nilang maibenta ang kanilang sarili. Mahalaga rin ang messaging na magre-resonate sa taong bayan.
Sa lahat ng messaging, ng lahat ng mga presidentiables, except for one, nakaangkla po siya sa pagtingin sa nakaraan. I'll continue the legacy of X, Y, Z, as if that were a good thing. Ang dami na nga nating problema ngayon. Why do you want a continuation of any of the old things in the past?
Oscar Lagman Jr., a retired marketing executive and a Business World columnist, suggested candidates do market or voter research. He said surveys will help candidates tailor fit the messaging to what the voters actually want, their interests, and their values.
Yan napapag-aralan yan through survey at saka research. Maliban do sa formal survey, yung ginagawa ng SWS at saka ng Pulse Asia, dapat meron din yung talagang on the ground. Sabi nga nila na pakiramdaman ang damdamin ng mga tao. Pagkatapos noon, pag okay, nalaman na nila yun na nga, ipipresenta yung kandidato. I-make over, pakikita sa publiko, no, na ito yung hinahanap ninyo.
Maclang agrees. She said the issues should only be visceral. Yung suntok sa sikmura. But the candidate should have a compelling narrative as well. Around this time in 2015, Rodrigo Duterte was trailing behind frontrunners Jojo Binay, Grace Poe, and Mar Rojas. But this ad helped him zoom to the top during the campaign.
Ito na ang huli ninyong Merry Christmas.
Pero, nag-move on na rin tayo sa ganyang mga gimmick na nagpanalo kay Pangulong Duterte noong 2016. Baka naman, hindi na tumalab ang ganyang messaging ngayong 2022. Nagbago na kasi ang teknolohiya at nag-iba na rin ang mga botante, lalong-lalo na ang mga kabataan.
Whoever can figure out the science and the tech of the algorithm, I think will win.
It appeared that candidates got off on the wrong foot in their marketing campaign. Lahat ng kinausap naming eksperto, iisa lang ang sinasabi. They said there's still room for candidates to improve their brands.
Sa ngayon, sabog pa yung mga kampanya ng mga. So malalaman natin yung by February. Halimbawa, si Isko Moreno na lang. Sinasabi yan, galing siya sa kanila. Kung gumastos siya ngayon sa kanyang mga advertisement, ang dami niya ng advertisement. Naglulusta siya ng pera, no, para sa kampanya niya. Parang hindi bagay doon sa kanyang imahe na siya'y mahirap na tao. Alam niya ang damdamin ng mga pobre. Paggagamit ng pera, parang hindi nababagay doon sa imahe na pinoproject na sa sarili. Si Bongbong Marcos, sabi niya, ibabalik ko yung golden age. Yan ba, pinakita na niya. Golden age. Yung bang buong bansa, mataparis ba niya sa nagawa niya sa Ilocos Norte? Yan ang tanong pa din ng tao. Hindi pa yan nasasagot.
Senator Bongo, I think it might be very difficult for him to shake off the perception that he is filling in for a continuation of the Duterte administration. So in other words, what does he really stand for aside from being a most loyal soldier of the president? I think that is the million-dollar question.
For Vice President Leni Robredo, Maclang's advice is to exploit her advantage as the only woman candidate for next year's election.
If President Leni, I feel, played on a gender card, naku, mas marami po ang mga babae sa lalaki. There might be something there.
She is presenting herself as a nurturant parent, nanay. Hindi yung strict father na bawal to ito gagawin nyo, parang gano'n. So medyo nagre-resonate yun at the time that hirap na hirap yung mga tao sa pandemic at nakikita nila na instead na iniintindi sila, instead na merong empathy, napaparusahan pa sila at napapahirapan.
But candidates should not overdo it or project an image that does not really represent them.
Popularity and credibility are inversely proportional to each other. So the more popular you are, then sometimes the more incredible you are. Parang advertising yan eh. The human body repels it like an autoimmune system. In the same way, in a dinner table, no one wants to be beside, for example, a sales agent. Kasi alam mo, bebentahan ka. The social media sphere is unforgiving for anything that is fake.
Parang hard sell, no?
Remember, pag hard sell, parang advertising, autoimmune system ang sagot.
Dr. Willie Ong is a big social media star. But when he ran for senator in 2019, he lost. He only got 7.6 million votes, or less than half of his social media followers. Kasi naman, ang iba doon gusto lang kumonsulta ng libre sa kanya at hindi naman siya binuto.
What social media can do is it can reinforce what people already suspect or believe about you. So yan ang mahalaga dyan, di ba? So kailangan malinaw pa rin kung ano yung positioning mo, and then you just use social media to amplify it.
Analysts say political ads on traditional and social media are not enough for a candidate to win actual votes. Candidates still have to go down to the people.
There are only two things that can really make people go out and vote, and that's love and anger. Unang-unang bagay, kailangan magalit ang electorate about an issue that you can own. Ako, for me, that's a very important thing. Second, kailangan mo ring sabayan yan ang paggapang ng LGU. Pag yan tinamad on the day ng election, wala na.
The elections are 6 months away, and the campaign period will begin in February. There are still enough time for candidates to recalibrate their marketing plan.
Politics is all about perception, di ba? So you can use all platforms available. You cannot ditch social media, pero iba pa rin yung tao-tao, iba pa rin yung bumababa ka, kinakausap mo, kinakamusta mo yung mga tao. So second is creative campaigning. You can use a lot of technology, the platforms, social media, pero creativity should not just be limited in the national discourse, but also go out, create media, high media impact, di ba? And then of course, yung sinasabi ko lagi na articulate well your unified, compelling narrative, fit it into the national discourse. At the end of the day, boboto ka ng tao kapag they can identify themselves with the candidates.